People across West Asia are on high alert. Extreme weather is sweeping the region, from earthquakes and floods to droughts and wildfires. With the COP26 summit now over, what is West Asia's strategy to tackle climate change? Take a look.
It is code red for humanity. Climate change is ringing alarm bells for the entire world. But here in West Asia, freak weather is the new normal. It is the region's week of climate chaos. Earthquakes, droughts, floods and scorching temperatures. West Asia is experiencing it all. As lakes and marshes turn into deserts, droughts are West Asia's new crisis. As a region, West Asia is already water-stressed. There was never too much water to begin with, and reports suggest there won't be much left soon. But water scarcity is already fueling tensions here. In Iran's central city of Isfahan, hundreds of farmers took to the streets to decry the drying up of its river, calling out the impact of drought in the region. Khuzestan province has long been a hotbed of instability. In 1979, segments of the population led a push for autonomy. Now, with unrest once again rocking Khuzestan, the province has become another major flashpoint. A picture of West Asia's ongoing struggles with water scarcity, highlighting the increasing hazards of climate change. In neighboring Iraq, another water crisis is brewing. It has been in the making for nearly 2 decades. Iraqi wheat farmer Kamiz Ahmad Abbas lost it all when his battle with drought forced him to abandon his land. This has pushed him into unemployment.
I stopped working in agriculture because of the lack of rain. The increase in drought and the lack of support from the government, who could not even provide irrigation systems or water wells. I'm not the only one who quit the profession. Many other families did too. Many other farmers did too.
Outdated infrastructure and short-term policies has made Baghdad vulnerable. For war-scarred Iraq, the climate crisis is the next great threat. As Iraq bakes in the blistering summer heat, its farmers are battling severe water shortages. Shortages are killing their animals, fields, and way of life. The oil-rich country is one of the world's most vulnerable to climate change, struggling with a host of other environmental challenges. In Jordan too, water is running out. Water levels in the Jordan River are decreasing as demand rises in the arid region. While climate change has led to drier weather, Jordan has fared worse than its neighbors. Meanwhile, the population has doubled in the past 20 years, with waves of refugees coming into the nation. The share of water per person every year has plummeted to 80 cubic meters. At the turn of the century, it was around 3,400 cubic meters.
So this region is the most water-scarce region in the world, the Middle East, North Africa. With climate change, things are already getting a hell of a lot worse.
In neighboring Lebanon, wildfires are wreaking havoc. Wildfires have been ravaging Mount Lebanon and areas in the country south for 3 days. The hashtag #SouthIsBurning is trending all over Twitter. While the fires are under control for now, those caught in the heat are exhausted and despondent. One of many crises to hit the Lebanese people. For years, West Asia has been shaped by conflicts, but this time, climate change is redefining the region. All the nations here are dependent on each other, but currently they remain distracted. Just phasing out fossil fuels will not be enough. The goals need to be bigger, the actions louder than words. The push for net zero has become a rally call. Gulf nations are pushing for a net zero future. But the shift can't be an immediate one. They need to keep the oil flowing to fund the transition.
And if we are to successfully transition to the energy system of tomorrow, we cannot simply unplug from the energy system of today. We cannot just flip a switch. Distinguished delegates, we must, of course, prioritize investments toward the most cost and carbon efficient barrels.
The COP26 summit is over after 2 weeks of political haggling. All we have are lofty goals. But the time for climate action is now. West Asia is tackling freak weather every day. And hitting a snooze button on a climate catastrophe is getting more and more difficult with each passing day. West Asia Bureau, WION, World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.